What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So we are still currently in the midst of free agency, still waiting on some trades to happen. It's pretty quiet right now in the NBA. LeBron James just re-signed, but outside of that, we're not getting any trades, which I'm quite surprised by. But of course, we did have a few big free agency signs with Paul George going to the Sixers, Klay Thompson going to the Mavericks, but I think the third biggest one potentially, arguably, is Isaiah Hartenstein signed with the Oklahoma City Thunder for how much he did. We also haven't done a Thunder rebuild since they have acquired Caruso and after the draft, so just go ahead, jump in, and talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder and do their rebuild since they've signed Isaiah Hartenstein. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like in this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. So the Oklahoma City Thunder have absolutely cooked this offseason. They've done a fantastic job, which is no surprise. Sam Presti, of course, is an amazing GM. Now, Hartenstein did get a lot more money than I thought he would, but still, he's still a really good role player. Maybe I wouldn't have paid him as much as the Thunder did, but once again, playing for 3 years, they could get off of it probably, maybe in the second year. I think Hartenstein would still be a hot commodity around the NBA. Maybe not around that much, but the cap space is always going up, so you never truly know. Also, acquiring Alex Caruso was a slam dunk. Just trading simply Josh Giddey for him is insane. They also drafted Nikola Topic. They drafted also a couple of other guys I don't know much about, like Dylan Jones and AJ Mitchell. So we'll see what those guys can become for us. But yeah, overall, the Thunder have done a great job. Now, they may not be done. They still may add. I'm not sure, but I think they. Oh, of course, I forgot to mention they re-signed Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe to long-term extensions as well. So more than likely, the Thunder are probably done. Gordon Hayward's still here at the moment, but of course he'll be gone in just a second. But as far as qualifying offers, you got a couple two-way guys, which I'm not too concerned about for the Oklahoma City Thunder today. But we do have money to sign like one more player if we need to, but I don't think that'll be necessary because we have kind of Nikola Topic could potentially play right away, although they make it sound like he won't play next year. Cason Wallace will probably play for us, and then Isaiah Joe starting shooting guard, Lou Dort, Caruso. Actually, I think what we could do, we could probably move Caruso or Lou Dort to the 2 guard and have one of these, have them both start for the best defense possible. Although we're probably going to figure out. So what do the Thunder do? Do they have Isaiah Hartenstein come off the bench? Like they start him with Chet? Not 100% sure. A lot of different options they could go with, but we definitely got to fix the rotation up quite a bit, which is what we'll do right now. So I guess one of them probably won't start just because we're going to move J-Dub to small forward because we all know how much he goes up if you move him there. So that's a no-brainer in my opinion. We move J-Dub to small forward, so we'll do that. We'll make a secondary position being the power forward, and then we'll worry about, we'll figure out what we're going to do with Caruso and Lou Dort, figure out which one's going to move to the shooting guard. But I think for now, I'll keep Isaiah Hartenstein on the bench, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Thunder, well, because who would start at power forward if we didn't? So yeah, I guess we could start Chet the 4 today and then have Isaiah Hartenstein start. So actually, we will go ahead and do that. So we'll do something along the lines of that. Jalen Williams will be our backup center there. It'll be Chet and Aaron Wiggins, and then you'll have, so we're going to figure this out slowly but surely, but this Thunder rotation is about to be good no matter what we do anyway. So player progression, everyone's progressing. Hartenstein did go down 1, which sucks. I also made sure that Caruso's regression was not going to, he regresses like crazy in 2K. I fixed his peak end age, so he should not regress very quickly today like he usually does in 2K. So today's video brought to you by 2 apps that try to help you beat the books over the long term. And first one being DGF's Optimizer. So what the DGF Optimizer is useful for is apps such as PrizePicks, Underdog, or any other DFS app that you're playing on. So for example, we have a decent play on the board on PrizePicks at Stephen Kwan under 1.5 bases. So what this is telling us, if you look at every single book is given at average minus 139 odds for him to go under his bases today, which is why this would be a profitable play to play over on PrizePicks, because best slip type on PrizePicks is a 5 flex, and if you play this in a 5 flex over on PrizePicks, you are getting it at minus 119 odds rather than the minus 139, which is why it's such a cheat code. And then you also have Logan Gilbert under 6.5 strikeouts as well. Same example. Every single book is heavily favoring the under of him to go under. So why those 2 plays are profitable? Because those books are telling you exactly what you need to know. And we found those plays within 2 seconds, just like that. Absolutely amazing. And of course, they have Underdog, Parlay Play Better, so many different DFS options to choose from. And another one that I've been using lately is OddsJam. OddsJam has the same thing as DGF, where they have a fantasy tool. So we'd see those same plays over on OddsJam on this fantasy tool. But one cool thing about OddsJam is they have a positive EV tool. So that's for your more traditional sports books. It'll still show you some DFS plays. Like you can see this one over on PrizePicks. for a tennis match, which is interesting. But this one is basically for DFS apps, like, or not DFS apps, sorry, for traditional sports books such as like FanDuel. You also have Fliff on here. You have Fanatic Sports Books. So like if you're more into the sports books, this would be a really great tool for you to have. They also have the fantasy app, like I said. So I used it for the first time yesterday. Absolutely loved it, and I continue to use it. But make sure you guys check these both out. Both links are down in the description below. If you're, betting on sports, these tools are so clutch to have. So make sure to check them out. Links are down in the description below. Use code Crushables for 25% off first month on DGF's Optimizer. And use code Crushables on OzGem, I believe, for 15% off. So your first month. Make sure to check it out. On that, let's get back to the video. All right, so going into this season, this is the rotation we are going to run. So it's going to be Shea at the point guard, Caruso at the 2 guard. You could start Lou Dort if you wanted to as well. It doesn't really matter. Maybe have Caruso come off the bench and Lou Dort starts just because he's been here longer. Jalen Williams at the small forward, Chet at the 4, and we are starting Isaiah Hartenstein today. It would not surprise me if the Thunder had Hartenstein come off the bench, but he is making $29 million, so maybe that's a sign that he's going to start, I would imagine, but we'll see. Caruso, Cason Wallace, Jalen Williams, and then Aaron Wiggins, and then Nikola Topic and Isaiah Joe are both out of the rotation, which feels bad. I think since you paid Isaiah Joe, you're going to have to play him as well. So Nikola Topic, they make it sound like he is not going to be able to play next year. So I guess what we could do with him is just like send him to the G League since he can just kind of develop down there, I guess, since he's not going to be able to play based off being injured, obviously. So that should put Isaiah Joe in the rotation, which is good because I don't want to keep him out. He just got paid. That wouldn't make any sense for him to not play anymore. So Topic in the G League, and I think we can send one more guy down there. We will go ahead and do that with one of our, I believe Dylan Jones was a first round pick. Yeah, so AJ Mitchell was a second. We'll go Dylan Jones in the G League. All right, let's go ahead. Simulate year number 1 with Caruso, Isaiah Hartenstein to this new Thunder rotation. Jalen Williams at the small forward spot. I'm excited to see how this Thunder team does. Lately in 2K, if you've seen, they haven't been as dominant. So who knows, we get a championship today, but we'll see what happens. So important step here in the video, we are at the contract extension deadline, and Caruso is more than willing to sign an extension, so we're going to go ahead and ink him to a new contract. So it'll be around $10 million per year. We're going to flat rate that, so he's exactly making $10 million per year, so we lock him up. Jalen Williams is also asking for an extension, which I'm totally fine with. Apparently, he'll be our backup center throughout the video, and he's a 7-9 overall already to this point, so we can go ahead and extend him as well. So those two guys are locked up, so we're basically locking ourselves into this Thunder core, which isn't a bad thing. Chet and J-Dub will have to be paid soon as well, but we don't have to worry about that until, I believe, next offseason. But overall, this Thunder team is doing pretty damn good. We're pretty much locked into this core, which I don't think is a bad thing. We'll go ahead and keep simulating as we are 45-13 on the season right now, so things are going extremely well. So at the end of year number 1, Luka wins MVP. Alex Sarr is your Rookie of the Year. Russell Westbrook is your 6th man. You got Victor Wembanyama, Defensive Player. Amin Thompson, Most Improved. And Steph's Clutch Player. Mark is your Coach of the Year. As you can see, we went 61-21. We have to feel pretty damn good about that. And Hugh Watkins is your Executive. So, which that would be Sam Presti in this instance, because we haven't done anything yet. But Shea, All-NBA First Team. Love to see that for him. Here's your All-NBA Second Team, All-NBA Third Team. All-Defensive First Team with Shea also making it. And we got Chet making All-Defensive Second Team, which is fantastic. So, here's our All-Rookie team. We didn't really have any rookies playing the rotation, at least this season. But that's probably going to change probably next year because we are going to have that Clippers pick. And I imagine they sucked really badly, which they did. So we had the first seed in the Western Conference. So you had 32 from Shea, 20.5 from Jalen Williams, 20 from Chet, 14 from Lou Dort, 7 from Isaiah Joe, 7, 7, 7, 6, and then 6. So yeah, not too shabby. But do we win a championship in year number 1 is the biggest question we got to ask ourselves here. So unfortunately, as much as I hate to do this, I think in the playoffs, you got to go to a 9-man rotation, which might kick Isaiah Joe out, which really sucks because I don't really want him to not play. But Nikola Topic is not going to play because he hasn't really played for us all year. But unfortunately, that leaves Isaiah Joe completely out of the rotation, which kind of sucks. The Caruso is going to be the starter for the playoffs, I guess. We'll go ahead and run it like that. But we'll see what happens here. So we get the Lakers, who, as I mentioned in the beginning, they just re-signed LeBron. Right now they're projected to be over the second apron, but apparently LeBron might take like $1 million pay cut to fix that. I don't know. But hopefully we could beat the Lakers in round 1. It would really suck if we went home, Caruso's former squad, and we are going to beat them in 5. So we are on to round 2, which is a great start. And now we draw the Denver Nuggets, who still have Jamal Murray. But of course, they lost KCP this offseason. We'll see if that makes any difference on how the Nuggets perform against us. Regardless, let's simulate current round against Denver here. And we are down 2-1, but we even it up. And now we're up 3-2, and we beat them in 6. We're in the conference finals. Would love to see Dallas here to get some revenge, and we get Timberwolves instead. Okay, so Detroit and Philadelphia on the other side. It feels like ever since Philadelphia got Paul George, they win a championship in the first season every year. Now, I still need to make Maxey a point guard because Derrick Rose starting does not make any sense, but whatever. That's not a big deal right now. So we got a team in front of us that could definitely give us some problems. Rob Dillingham also has developed for them, who's averaging 18 points in the playoffs, so that's definitely kind of scary to think about. But here we go. Somebody come around against Edwards and the Timberwolves, and we are going to sweep them. So what was I even worried about? And now we draw the Pistons. So we actually don't play the 76ers. Detroit makes it all the way to the finals, which absolutely makes no sense. The only thing they've done so far is acquire, I guess, Tim Hardaway, and they also signed Tobias Harris, drafted Ron Holland. But I don't think that means this team should be in the finals now. That's kind of crazy, but 2K be like that. So, game 1, if we lose to Detroit of all teams, that'd be kind of insane. But we do even it up. They're up 2-1. Dude, are we going to lose to Detroit? All right, so we got a game 5 in front of us. So they do want to give minutes to Nikola Topic, but like I said, since he hasn't played, I don't want to play him. So I'm just going to see if I can do it without him. All right, so first quarter goes to us pretty nicely. Now let's see if we can keep that foot on the pedal and win this one and take a 3-2 lead to get our first championship in season number 1. And we are going to win as Shea drops 61. Do we go to a game 7? Yes, we do. Of course we do. Why would we not go to a game 7? So here we go. Game 7 in OKC. Do we beat the Pistons of all teams to get our championship? At least the first one of the video. We're blowing them out so far, and it looks like we are going to win a championship. So, Simcast for the win. But this team is only about to get better because we're about to have that Clippers pick this offseason. Nikola Topic is going to join the rotation next year. It's actually going to be insane how much better we're about to get. But Shea wins Finals MVP. Here, retirements. LeBron James decides to hang it up, realizing he cannot hang with us, so he is gone. Let's go to the lottery, though, and let's figure out where this Clippers pick is going to end up. So, we may have another pick in this draft. So, we have Clippers and Miami. Okay, so I'm not sure if there's any protections on that Miami pick, but Clippers pick isn't that good. It's only projected to be number 9. So, we're not going to get, like, Cooper Flag or anything unless this pick just massively jumps up, which is possible, but let's see what happens. So, you got Jazz, Grizzlies, Wizards. So we get number 9, and then it looks like that Miami Heat was protected. We get Philadelphia's pick at 19 as well, and then I think that's it for us because Clippers, we had a pick swap with them, but we get the 9th overall pick overall, which is in this damn good draft as well. So we got to feel pretty solid about that. So we are going to extend Mark, of course. There's no reason to let him go. We just won a championship with him, so we'll bring him back, and now we can figure out our big man, which it's only showing me GMs at the moment. All right, so I'm going to fill this out because this is going to take a while to find these guys, but I'm going to fill this out, and I'll see you guys in draft night with who we take at number 9. Looking at this draft right now, and I'm kind of wondering if it makes sense to trade up in this draft. I don't know what the Thunder are going to do in the future as far as like consolidating picks, just because they have so many, of course. They're not going to be able to keep everybody that they draft, but I guess for now I'll just draft with 9 and 19, but it's something to consider if you're the Thunder, and, you know, something to think about. So Dylan Harper goes to the Grizzlies, very interesting. So far, we'll see who falls to us. So Hugo goes to the Spurs, Colin Murray to the Bulls, Damian Sarr to the Nets, and then Noah goes to the Hornets. So who do we take here? So we have VJ Edgecombe, which I think is probably the pick here. We also have Ian Jackson, which wouldn't be a bad pick at all. So who do we want more? Do we want VJ Edgecombe or Ian Jackson? Both are the same size. You know, Ian Jackson has all NBA ceiling, and then VJ Edgecombe, same thing. So we really can't go wrong with either pick. Would be really cool if we get one of them. We also could take Dink down here as well, which wouldn't be a bad idea. But I guess for now, we'll just go ahead and take VJ Edgecombe, and then we'll skip to 19, and we'll see if maybe Dink or Ian Jackson still on the board. No, they both go, unfortunately. So Carter Bryant's here as well. Could take him, take another big, which I don't think taking a big would be a worst thing, you know, the worst thing possible. So we have a ceiling of an all-star in Marcus Camby. So I'll go ahead and take Bo Fall here out of Arkansas. And that will be our draft. So welcome in both of you guys. So we got VJ Edgecombe and Bo Fall out of the draft. Player options. We got AJ Mitchell. I don't know why. I was about to say Adonai Mitchell, which is a wide receiver for the Colts now, out of Texas. I don't even know why I was about to say that. I saw A. Mitchell and was about to say Adonai Mitchell. It's just too early in the morning right now. I recorded a video last night, but it got messed up, and I could not, you know, work with it. So I'm back here this morning recording another one. But regardless, we got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Cason Wallace and Nikola Topic. Topic is going to play this year for sure. So our depth is starting to, you know, add up to where there's guys in rotation that I want to play, but we may not have the ability to do so. Lou Dort, I think, as much as I hate to do this, I might trade Lou Dort to upgrade just because he's the one that's making pretty much around the most money. We're going to keep our Isaiah Hartenstein throughout the video. But because we have like Edgecombe who could, play behind Lou Dort, I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud. I'm just not even sure what I would trade him for, though, if I was going to do that. Just trying to think in the hypotheticals here. Maybe we upgrade the shooting guard spot. But maybe we don't need to do anything. Like, there's a good chance we could just sit here and stay complacent. But at the very least, we should take a look. We also have a, MLE. It looks like we wanted to use that, so we could just go that route. But what is Team Intel, or not Team Intel? What is our salary situation? Because clearly, whoever we trade for, we're going to have to pay them next year. So we do have to be careful in that regard, because we're going to have to pay Chet and J-Dub. So maybe it doesn't make any sense to trade for a veteran right now. That's definitely very possible. So I don't know. We'll get it figured out, but I'll take a look around the league at least and see if there's anything that makes sense. But more than likely, we probably just run it back with this team, just because the team is already so damn good. I mean, and we don't really want to mess things up. So yeah, as much as I hate to do it, we're not going to do anything in free agency. We're not going to go ahead and make any trades either. I just think it makes sense to just stay complacent, because we already know this team is about to get super expensive next year. We're also adding Nikola Topic to the rotation, which is going to be a huge difference. There's going to be some guys that will not play, which really sucks. So like Ousmane Dieng, probably never going to play for us. You got also Dylan Jones down here developing. But as I said, man, the Thunder are going to eventually run into a talent roster problem. They're going to have so many players that aren't going to be able to play. You can't run a 15-man rotation. There's a possibility that the Thunder eventually get like 15 good players on the roster who could play on any team, just because of how many good draft picks they're about to have. But regardless, we're going into next season pretty much with the same team. Things are going to change a little bit. Some players are not going to play, and some people may get mad about it, but we will take a look at it. So we've got to cut 2 players here, and it might have to be 2 really good players. So yeah, if we take a look at our options, so first one is probably going to be Kenrich Williams, unfortunately. We are going to probably trade Kenrich, or cut Kenrich Williams here, although you might be able to trade him. Same thing with Ousmane Dieng. I feel like Ousmane Dieng, being on the last year of his deal, probably would never get an opportunity here. We could probably ship him off as well. So I think that's the best thing to do. I don't think there's guys that we could clearly just cut here. I mean, you got a couple first round, or all these guys at the bottom. I guess you could cut AJ Mitchell because he was a second round pick, but don't really want to do that. So what I think we'll do is we will go ahead and trade Ousmane Dieng and Kenrich Williams for like second round picks here to free up roster space. So the Jazz want to give me a first. I don't think Kenrich Williams would be worth that, so I'll take a second round pick for Kenrich Williams. And then same thing with also Ousmane Dieng. Although having Ousmane Dieng in a trade, I don't know if I'm gonna make a big trade though, man. Like, we should make a trade in theory, but we got to do something. Do we just cut our second round pick and keep Ousmane Dieng as a trade piece at the deadline, or do we just make the trade right now? Like, I just don't know what to do, man. If I'm the Spurs, Ousmane Dieng to the Spurs would be interesting. I think I might send him there. Now, I don't think he's worth 2 firsts. He hasn't really proven that much. But let's say you could ship him to the Spurs for a couple seconds. I think I would do that at least. So let's do this. He goes to the Spurs for a couple second round picks, and we'll run it with how we have things right now. So ship those 2 guys off for some assets rather than just cutting them. And here is your rotation, as it's almost up to a 5 proficiency. But we got Shea, Alex Caruso, Jalen Williams, Chet, Hartenstein, Nikola Topic, Lou Dort, Casey Wallace, Jalen Williams, and leaves Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe completely out of the rotation, along with Edgecombe. I think what we'll do is we'll move Edgecombe to the G League, and we'll do the same thing with Fall down here. So we'll have those 2 guys playing the G League, and then we can move Aaron Wiggins, I think, to small forward if we wanted to. So he's going to go up. Might have him join the rotation. We'll see. I did not mean to change his college. I don't know what his college was. I wasn't paying attention to that. So there we go. Small forward, and then secondary position being it was Maryland. So yeah, I would have put it on the wrong college, but whatever. So that might put, so that puts Aaron Wiggins in the rotation, which is nice. Lou Dort is there, and that leaves Jalen Williams out of the rotation. Does that mean we move? No, we go 10 in rotation here. We got to play 10 players at very least. So we'll run it like this. We'll see how things go. That leaves Isaiah Joe completely out of the rotation, which really sucks. But we'll simulate. If I do stop at the deadline to make a trade, I will show you, but I don't really see that happening. We're probably just going to pay Chet and J-Dub in the offseason and keep running it with how things are right now, because as you can see, based off the simulation, this team is damn good. I don't really want to mess that up. So at the end of the season, Luka wins MVP, Cooper Flag Rookie of the Year on the Jazz, Rob Dillingham 6th man on the Timberwolves, winning Defensive Player, Stephon Castle Most Improved, and Anthony Edwards your Clutch Player, and Tom Thibodeau is your Coach of the Year, and Hugh Watkins is your Executive. So here's your all-NBA first team with Luka, Giannis, Jokic, Halliburton, and Edwards. All-NBA second team with Wemby, Shea, Steph, Donovan Mitchell, Embiid, and here's your All-NBA third team. So, quick note, Shea also makes all-defensive team. I did extend Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, he wanted to resign, so kind of a no-brainer. We resigned him, so we signed him through 2029. And Lou Dort also asked for extension, and we extended him as well. So he is going to be making similar to money to what he was making. So basically just keeping the team intact at this point. But first in the Western Conference, once again, no surprise there. Here were your player stats. You had 30 from Shea, 22 from Chet, 20 from Jalen Williams, 17 from Nikola Topic. So that pick is looking damn good. Lou Dort with 8, 7 from Wiggins, and then 7 and 8 from Hartenstein, and then 5 from Alex Caruso. But we get the Pelicans in round 1. So CJ McCollum, DeJounte Murray, Ingram, Zion, and Avicic is their starting 5. So I guess they finally addressed their center spot. So the 8th seed, hopefully we do not lose that 8th seed. But one thing we forgot to do, we got to go to an 8. Oh, I guess we can go to 9-man rotation for these playoffs. 9-man rotation for these playoffs. So that's going to kick Casey Wallace out. And Hartenstein is barely getting minutes, which is kind of crazy to even think about. But somebody come around again. Or I guess who's starting? So I guess Jalen Williams is starting now. Interesting. So do we want to fix that? Hartenstein back in the starting 5. We're down 2-0. I mean, we're down 3-0. Are we going to get swept by the Pelicans, man? Not yet. And we are going to force a game 7. So we were down 3-0 at one point. All right, so let's see what 2K wants to do for this final game. So we've come back from 3-0 to tie the series up. And now we're in game 7 against the Pelicans. So it was looking pretty weird there for a second. I was like, damn, are we really about to lose the first seed after this season? That'd be insane. Now, we could still lose here, but we do beat them. So that was kind of a weird comeback, but we make it happen anyway. But now we get the Grizzlies in round 2. We have John Morant, Bane, Vince Williams, Aldama, Jackson, and Smart. We come around against them, and we are down 3-2 once again. I click Simcast Live, of course. I always do that on accident, and no one in their right mind uses this feature. 2K, just get rid of it. Who actually uses that? Maybe there's someone out there, but regardless, Simcast, and now we got a Simcast game 6 to see if we can force a game 7. And it's going to be a close one. They're right on our tail, but we do have the lead. We've had the lead throughout the video throughout the game. And we are going to force a game 7. So we go back to OKC at the very least. Did I click Simcast Live again? I sure did. I had a feeling I did. And I tried to stop myself. All right. I might need to quit. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's go ahead. Simcast. Game 7 in OKC to see if we can come out here and go to the conference finals. So we've had 2 game 7s, and it looks like we're about to win this one as well. So we won 2 game 7s so far, and now I draw the Timberwolves, which will probably be the ultimate test. So Alvarado is still starting other than over Rob Dillingham, which is interesting. I think Finch's proficiency is defense, if I'm not mistaken. That's probably why. But somebody come around against them, and once again, we are down 3-1. So we're going to have to win another game 7 if we want any chance of getting back to making the finals here. So let's see if we can win this one to force a game 6, and we are going to force a game 6. So, all right. It'd be kind of crazy if we make a 3-0 comeback and then a 3-1 comeback here. That would be kind of wild. It'd be kind of the craziest postseason we've probably ever seen. Although Denver did that in the bubble, didn't they? It is the bubble, though. They came back from 3-1 like twice. All right, so game 7 in OKC. So they have the lead right now, but maybe we could take it eventually. So we are right there on their tail, and we do take it, but they keep taking it back. So we're going to the third quarter. Very close game. Would love to see us take the lead here and win this game 7 for a third game 7 win in a row. So yeah, we got a very close game here. Let's see if we can ever take the lead. So we're down 1, 8 minutes left. Can we take the lead? We do finally. Do we keep it, though, is the question. We are starting to run away with it a little bit. Can we keep it foot on the pedal? Or are you going to let them back in it? Our score is not moved, and they may tie it up here, and they do, and they take the lead. Can we get it back is the question. Should I watch the end? I think we should watch the end. This is maybe some legendary gameplay we're about to get here. So 135 to 133. We are going to sit here and watch what happens. So finally I was able to do that correctly the first time. All right, so let's see if we can tie the game and win another game 7. So we are going to give it to J-Dub, to Nikola Topic, to Shea maybe here? No, Shea is going to get the ball. Finally gives it back to Topic. Nikola Topic is going to dribble the ball around. We're basically not doing nothing yet. Chet's going to screen. And I don't know where this possession is going. This has been ugly so far. But Chet 3. And it was a good shot. Chet had a wide open 3. I don't hate it, but basically that could be problematic for us as Anthony Edwards has the ball. He's probably going to get a screen from Cat. He sure does. Chet's there, but Cat might be open in a second. Nope, Edwards just going to dribble right around Chet. Chet had no chance. Okay, so we're down 4 with 53 seconds left. Pretty much a big problem for us, but let's see if we can, you know, get back here. So we're going to give it to Topic now. So Nikola Topic with the ball. We're down 4. It's not over yet, but it's definitely not looking good. So we're going to give it to Shea. Shea 3, and he's going to splash it. Okay, so we're not done yet. We're down 1. We got to get a stop here, though. If we can get a stop, that would be absolutely huge for us. So let's see what Anthony Edwards is going to do. So Topic guarding him. He's going to shoot over Topic, and he's going to make it. Okay, so we're down 3. 32 seconds left on the clock. This is not looking good, but if we can hit a 3, we tie the game. And maybe we could force OT or something. So maybe we give it to Shea for another 3. I mean, we got 99 overall. Shea goes to Alexander. I think if there's anyone I would trust, it's him. Caruso gets entered into the game. We take out Topic, and now we have J-Dub. So it looks like our starting 5 is out here now, which I like. So can we even inbound the ball? We get it to Caruso. Caruso is going to have it. He's going to give it to J-Dub. J-Dub has it. What are we going to do with this one? So I'm not really liking where this is going so far. We're going to give it to Shea. Shea's going to take the midi. And he makes it. So I guess we're going to send them to the free throw line, I guess. So Hartenstein is going to... So we're going to give it to Alvarado. And we're going to send Alvarado to the free throw... Or no, not yet. Damn. I would have trusted Alvarado at the... Or I would have loved Alvarado at the free throw line over Edwards, to be honest with you. But, do we prevent? No, it's going to get to Edwards. So Edwards is going to go to the free throw line. So more than likely, he's going to knock both of these down. But hey, maybe we get lucky. He misses one of them. Let's see what happens. So he's going to make the first one. Man, if Alvarado would have been sent to the free throw line, that would have been awesome. Although I don't know how good of a free throw shooter Alvarado is. But we're down 3, no timeouts. We still could tie it, so no need to worry just yet. But let's see what we do with this possession. So Hartenstein is going to... Caruso takes the 3. I hate that. Why is Caruso the one taking the 3, man? That's annoying. Okay, so that's probably game, guys. So we are going to lose in Game 7 to Minnesota. Absolute respect. We got to go one more season here at the very least, but all respect to Minnesota for battling it out with us, but they do beat us here. So Minnesota also went on and win the championship after we lost them in Game 7, and they ended up beating the Knicks in 4 to win it all. So here are retirements. Durant's retiring, DeRozan's retiring, James Harden's retiring, and now we could focus on basically, well, we're probably going to have a draft pick, I suppose, from somebody, and yeah, so we have the Clippers pick here once again. This time we should just get it straight up, so we're going to go ahead and take that, and we are going to end up with number 7. So I've had to stop recording multiple times in this video, and unfortunately for that entire offseason after we got that 7th overall pick, I accidentally forgot to click start recording again. So I didn't do too much, thankfully, so I'll just kind of show you what we've done. So with that 7th overall pick, we drafted Drake Peterson, or Darren Peterson, and then we had 2 first-round picks in that draft as well. We went ahead and traded them out for future picks because there was literally no way to keep everybody on this roster. We're at the point where we're running out of roster spots. I don't know what Sam Presti is going to do in the future when they, you know, cross that problem. That's eventually going to be a problem. But basically, our worst player right now is a 76 overall, which is absolutely insane. We get rid of AJ Mitchell in free agency. There was pretty much no way to re-sign him. Of course, we max out Chet and J-Dub. Other than that, it's pretty much the same team. We've moved VJ Edgecombe to small forward. Aaron Wiggins is now at power forward once again, and this is what your rotation is looking like. So I do apologize. I forgot to click start recording for that entire offseason, but this is what we're looking like now. So Shea, Caruso, Jalen Williams, Chet, Isaiah Hartenstein, Nikola Topic, VJ Edgecombe, Case Wallace, Lou Dort, and then Jalen Williams if you run him, which we will. We'll run a 10-man rotation. That is going to leave guys like Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, Bol Fall, all out of the rotation, which is just really crappy, but that's just how much depth we have. And yeah, you could say we could make a trade, which I didn't really get to tell you guys about this, but we are over the second apron, which is why we did not make a trade. I mean, after paying Chet and J-Dub, we kind of knew that was going to happen, but yeah, we were well over the second apron. There's literally no way to consolidate contracts and make some gigantic trade. We could trade Hartenstein out, technically, but I kind of wanted to keep him in this video because, you know, he's kind of the theme of today's video. But yeah, that's where we're at. So I apologize for not, you know, showing you that entire offseason. Like I said, I didn't do anything too crazy. Kind of recapped it all for you, but let's go ahead, summate this final season, and let's see if we can go out with a bang and win a championship for this Thunder squad. This final season goes well as we go 63-19. Hugh Watkins also wins Executive of the Year along with Marketing Coach of the Year, but are we going to win a championship for this final season is the question. Shea keeps making all NBA teams, and we also get Chet an all-defensive team. Shea is not all-defensive team this year, but that's all good. So let's go to, you know what? Let's go to an 8-man rotation for these playoffs. I mean, we should pretty much have like the base. I guess, no. That leaves Isaiah Hartenstein on the rotation, which is kind of wild, man. That's how much depth we have. It's kind of crazy. But regardless, we'll go 9-man because we'd leave both Lu Dort and Chet, or not Chet, Hartenstein on the rotation. But we get to play the Kings in round 1. Hopefully, we don't go to like a sweaty game 7 with them as we did last year. But now we get to play the team that eliminated us last year. That being the Timberwolves, who are finally starting Rob Dillingham. Do they beat us again? They also got Kuminga. Very interesting. Did we look at the player stats, by the way? Let me take a look at that. I apologize if we didn't. So, here's your player stats. Player stats, there we go. So, you had 25 from Shea, 23 from Chet, 21 or 22 from Jalen Williams, 17, 11, 6, 6, 6, and 4.5. All right. Somebody current against Minnesota. They beat us last year in 7. Can we return the favor this year? And we are going to beat them in 5 this year, of course. Why couldn't we have done that last year? And now we get the Nuggets, who have acquired Colin Sexton. Very nice addition for them. So, curious and excited to see how this is going to go. Somebody current round against them, and we're down 3-0. So, we got to come back from 2-0 in order to, you know, be able to win here. So, let's see if we could do that. And we might get swept by the Nuggets. Maybe not. We do steal one potentially here. So, we're going to steal one, which is nice. We're not going to get swept at least. So, is there anything... Do we want to move, like, Chet to center? Maybe we move Chet to center. And maybe, like, move, like, someone to power forward. Maybe we could do that. Who would start at power forward if we did this? So, it would be Aaron Wiggins at power forward and Chet at the 5. I don't hate that. I think we might run it like this. Let's do it. Let's do this. Maybe we could also... What we could do is maybe we could move J-Dub to power forward as well. He might go down quite a bit. He goes down to a 90, but that would put VJ Edgecombe in the starting 5. I'm just kind of experimenting. I mean, we're down 3-0 for crying out loud. Might as well try some things. So, Edgecombe will start. Jalen Williams, Chet. And then that puts Hartenstein back in the rotation. So we'll run something like that. And we'll see if we can come back from 3-0. I mean, we did it earlier in the video. Why not do it again? So we have the lead right now, but Denver's going to take it. And maybe the experimentation is not going to work unless we steal it at the end. And we do. So we barely stay alive, but alive nonetheless. And they want to give more minutes to... So they want to start Lu Dort, which I don't hate. Now we go to a game 6 in Denver to force it back to Oklahoma City. Can we do it is the question. It's looking okay right now. As long as we keep that lead and don't blow it. They are on our tails and they take it and they have a 6-point lead now. And it looks like they're ultimately going to beat us. So damn. So unfortunately, we won't get 2 in this video, but at least we got 1 in the very beginning. And the team that beat us went on to go win it all. So really can't be too mad about that. So 2 conference finals appearances, 1 finals championship. We will take it. I'm going to end it there though, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. The Oklahoma City Thunder have done a great job this offseason. Caruso and Hartenstein are fantastic additions. Maybe they make another one, but I assume they probably won't. I think Sam Presti's done a great job managing their roster. I mean, like I said, they also extended Wiggins and Isaiah Joe. So they got things all figured out. They're going to probably get a really good pick next year. The Clippers are probably not going to be very good next year since they lost Paul George. But we'll see what happens. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see y'all in the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.